Welcome in, everybody, here to the Hutzel Athletic Center. We've got ourselves a battle of undefeateds. The number 2 ranked Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats coming in to take on the number 11 ranked St. Francis Cougars. We thank you so much for joining us here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. An exciting doubleheader here on tap for you as we take a look here at the Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats to begin our contest. They are under head coach Ethan Wally, an outstanding coach here and what he has done in his years with the program. Leading the way here for Indiana Wesleyan is number 32, Anna Lily Frazier, the senior guard, 5'10", out of North Judson High School, comes into this contest, averaging 20.5 points per game and 9 rebounds per game for the Wildcats. Number 20, and Taylor Folkema, coming in and transferring out of Spring Arbor University, the redshirt junior, 5'11" guard, an outstanding one, averaging 16.6 points per game, 5.4 rebounds per game, a tremendous shooter from beyond the arc as well here for Indiana Wesleyan. Taking a look here at the Wildcats schedule so far this season, they have not, as I mentioned, lost the game yet here this year, 14-0. They are 6-0 at home, 6-0 on the road, and a 2-0 and a neutral site. They are 4-0 here in Crossroads League play, picking up 4 straight wins with a win at Huntington on November 20th, 81-79. Then heading back home and picking up a win against Grace 3 days later, 87-58. And then they went on the road to take on Rio Grande Valley, and then picked up back-to-back victories at Bethel, 75-46, and then back at home against Spring Arbor, 69-59, their most recent conference game. As I mentioned, sitting at 4-0, tied with the St. Francis Cougars, who are 4-0 in conference play as well, 14-0 on the year. They're under 30-year head coach and Jeremy Henney. He is 47-26. In his 3 years with the program, has done an outstanding job since taking over the program. Most recently for the Cougars, they were down in Florida where they picked up 2 wins. The first one against Ava Maria, 70-49, and then a New College of Florida, 76-42. Callie Gregory and Chloe McKnight both led the way, averaging 15 points in both of those games. Then they just picked up a win against Rochester, most recently 73-42. Isabella Kizzy, who was named Crossroads League Offensive Player of the Week, had 19 points in that contest. Cassidy Crawford with 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. She was the Defensive Player of the Week. So the St. Francis Cougars sweep the Offensive and the Defensive Players of the Week here this past week, December 23rd through the 29th. They're in that category. Leading the way for the St. Francis Cougars is the freshman guard out of Convoy, Ohio, stands at 5'10". Callie Gregory, averaging 15.6 points per game for the Cougars, has done an outstanding job, and she will control a majority of the ball handling duties here for this Cougars team. Chloe McKnight right behind her, averaging 13.3 points per game. The senior out of Bedford North Lawrence High School, 5'8" guard, has already hit the 1,000 career point mark, where she hit that earlier this season. Named a 2023-24 second team All Crossroads League player, and is a preseason All Crossroads League player first team here in the preseason ballot for those honorable mentions. Leading the way on the glass for St. Francis, it's Chloe McKnight with 6 rebounds per game. Cassidy Crawford, a graduate 6-foot forward, down low out of Tipton, Indiana, averaging 12.2 points per game and 5.2 rebounds per game here for the Cougars. So it looks like we are going to get an early start here to this one. So we are going to go ahead and turn it on over here to our PA announcer for the starting lineups along with the national anthem here live at the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Parents, family members,
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Starting on up in the books here from the Hutzel Athletic Center. We are getting set and ready to rock. Somebody's going to leave out of here with their first loss of the season. Battle of Undefeateds, 14-0, both 4-0 in a conference play. It's going to be Indiana Wesleyan and the all-black unis with the red and white trim. Meanwhile, for St. Francis, they're going to rock the home whites with the blue and black trim. So it looks like it's going to be Cassidy Crawford set to jump it here for St. Francis. And then for Indiana Wesleyan, it is number 25, Embria Garber. Or check it, that was number 21, and Taylor Folkema. So Indiana Wesleyan's going to have possession here to begin our contest. It's going to be Frazier who will have it here on the near side, looking to go baseline. She'll kick out far side. And they'll skip it here to the near, now to Nutley. Back up top, 3 ball on the way, and it's up and a good there for Izzy Reed. Izzy Reed comes into this one averaging just 31.8% from beyond the arc. Indiana Wesleyan as a team is 29% from deep, but St. Francis is an outstanding three-pointing team. And they show it here on the near side. It's no good there on the triple from McKnight. Left open here on the near side. So now it's going to be Indiana Wesleyan who will go the other way with it. They'll skip it all the way around the perimeter here near side now to Garber. Now in the corner, the look down low. It's going to be in the hands here of Nutley, guarded by Julia Mansella. Nutley goes up off glass, and she goes up and gets the score. Quick start here on the scoring side of things for Indiana Wesleyan. Well, full court pressure being shown as St. Francis will kick it to the far side. Gizzy with it, gets it off now to McKnight. She'll go back up top here to the freshman guard, now in Callie Gregory. Gregory goes back in the corner, there to McKnight. Shot clock down to 11. Gregory going to drive on the double team, and an offensive foul is going to be called there on Callie Gregory. So Gregory will pick up her team's first, here with 8:32 left to go in our first quarter of action. The Wildcats will inbound here to the near side as Frazier will bring it up ahead across the half-court line here for Indiana Wesleyan. With it at the top of the key. Getting it off. Now skip all the way across court. That's in and out of the hands there, but able to maintain it was Folkemo. She'll hand off on the screen setting 3. It's no good. And out of bounds possession will go back to St. Francis here with 8:13 left to go in our first quarter of action. So Callie Gregory will get it up ahead to Crawford. Now to Mansella, back to Gregory here, who will have it at the top of the key here for St. Francis. As I mentioned in our pregame, controls the majority of the ball handling duties here for head coach Jeremy Henney and the St. Francis squad. Mansella now off to Gregory's far side. Shot clock down to 10. They'll look down low here to Crawford. Crawford nicely done there, getting underneath. She goes up and draws the contact, and Cassidy Crawford will head to the line here for the first time of the game, as that foul is going to be called on number 21, and Taylor Folkema. That's going to be her first, team's first. And so Cassidy Crawford to the charity stripe here for St. Francis, the graduate out of Tipton, Indiana. Tipton High School hits there on the first free throw. Comes into this one averaging 77% from the free throw line. As I mentioned, was most recently named the Crossroads League Defensive Player of the Week from December 23rd to the 29th. Isabella Gizzi got the Offensive Player of the Week honor, so St. Francis sweeps that category on to the women's side of things. 5-2 our score, as it's going to be Indiana Wesleyan with the basketball. They'll look to go up top here to Nutley. She'll now give it back. Get it back here at the top of the key. She's going to launch a 3 from deep. It's no good. And out of bounds possession will go back to the Cougars. Back-to-back air balls for Indiana Wesleyan. And St. Francis now with an opportunity to look to try to make this thing closer. 3-point game as Gizzy gave it off to Gregory. Got to get it across the half-court line, and the Cougars do so. And she'll have it here at the top of the key as she yells out the play call here to her squad. They'll now get it down low here to Cassidy Crawford. Crawford with the post up. Nicely done there. She goes up and gets the score. Cassidy Crawford has been tremendous down low here this year for St. Francis, showing why here early. All 4 points for the Cougars and a 1-point lead here for the Wildcats. They'll leave Garber open on that far side, and a 3-point shot up in front of the rim. Rebound comes down to Indiana Wesleyan though, and it's going to be out of bounds. Possession is going to go back to St. Francis here with 6:48 left to go. And so Callie Gregory will bring it up ahead here for the Cougars. Gissy now with it. Back to Gregory here near side. Pressure being shown here by Taylor Folkema, who missed that last shot there for the Wildcats. It's Gregory yelling out the play call here for St. Francis at the top of the key. She'll go off now here to Mansell, far side wing over the top. They find Crawford. She is double teamed and take it down on the floor. And now she's going to get called for a foul as she tripped up number 25, and Bria Garber, who came away with the basketball. So Cassidy Crawford picks up her first. That's the team's second. And so an inbound will come here for the Wildcats with 6:23 left to go here in our first quarter of action. A packed gym here out at the Hutzel Athletic Center, Fort Wayne, Indiana, here on the campus of the University of St. Francis. The most packed I've seen this gym here in quite a few years. A tremendous environment here on tap for our women's men's doubleheader. The Wildcats with the basketball. Frazier now goes down low here to the hands of Nutley. Nutley trying to drive here on Gissy. Straight hands up defense there and taken away by the defensive player of the week in Cassidy Crawford. Now it's Gregory with it. She'll look to drive out to Gissy. Top of the key. Gissy will drive down low off glass. Couldn't get it to fall. Board is battled for, tipped out. And now Indiana Wesleyan going to go the other way here with it. And the drive down low, and a foul is going to be called there on the Cougars. As Bria, check it, Taylor Folkema drew the contact there. The foul's called on a number 3, Isabella Gissy. That's her first, team's first. Checking in here for the Wildcats is going to be number 5, and Corinne Greavy. As the Wildcats inbound here to this near side. Nutley will leave it off up top. Now the kick back to Nutley here on this near side wing, guarded by Mansella. Greavy kicks out here near side, 3 ball on the way. It's going to rattle in and out there for Folkema, and Mansella comes away with the board here for St. Francis. Gregory will have it here now for the Cougars. Far side, off now here to the hands of Isabella Gissy. Gissy going to look to drive down low off glass, and she gets the score. Gives St. Francis the 1-point lead. Isabella Gissy, the Crossroads League Offensive Player of the Week, with the bucket there to give the Cougars a 1-point lead. They'll skip it all the way around the perimeter here near side. Now to Frazier. Frazier picks up her dribble, wanted to travel, called it the St. Francis faithful, did not get it. Instead, they'll kick out here near side. Folkema going to launch a 3, and she hits it on the other end. 2-point lead now for the Wildcats. Back and forth we go. 4:30 left to go here in our first. Crawford now with it, has it poked away, and it's going to be picked up here by Gissy. She'll get it off to Gregory, who will go to the far side. And now they'll get play call instructions here from head coach in Jeremy Henney as Gregory tries to drive down low on the defender, puts it off glass, couldn't get it to fall. And now Indiana Wesleyan will come the other way with it as Nutley leaves it out here near side. Greavy with the triple, and she gets it to fall. And a timeout is going to be called here by St. Francis, and that is going to turn here into a media timeout. So we will go ahead and step away here shortly. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Inbound will come here for St. Francis out of the media timeout here on the floor. 4:02 left to go here in our first quarter of action. Full court pressure going to be picked up here by the Wildcats as Gizzy will inbound here for the Cougars. Gets it in here to Callie Gregory, who will get a screen from Crawford. And Gregory will bring it all the way up ahead on the far side. She'll be picked up here by Grivey. Gregory goes far side. Now Gizzy here with it on this near side wing. Up top, McKnight is going to launch a three from the top of the key, and she gets it to fall. Chloe McKnight from deep there with the triple for St. Francis, 2-point game. Kellier will leave it out. Nutley is going to launch a three there from the top of the key as well. And she hits it back-to-back triples for Indiana Wesleyan on the offensive side of things. And they now lead this one 14-9. Crawford now going to look to bring it up ahead here for St. Francis. Leaves it off up top. Now here into the hands of Callie Gregory. Gregory, far side, corner here to McKnight. McKnight going to look to drive. She'll leave it back up top here to Gregory. Now back to Crawford here with it on this near side wing. 8 seconds on the shot clock. And had it tipped away, did Crawford, but it over back is going to be called on the floor. And so possession will go back to the Wildcats. Abby Stoddard and Taylor Fordyce will come on here for St. Francis. And Kellier will bring it across the half-court line here for Indiana Wesleyan. Izzy Reed enters back into the game here for the Wildcats as well. Number 2, and Maddie Lawrence in here as well as she has the basketball. Being guarded here by Stoddard. She goes up, couldn't get it to fall, and Fordyce able to come away with the board here for the Cougars. She'll bring it across the half-court line here for St. Francis. Fordyce picks up her dribble, goes far side, now into the hands here of Mantala. Mantala going to look to drive it. A foul is going to be called. Foul is going to be called on number 5 in Corinne Greavy. That's going to be her first, the team's second. And someone inbound will come on the far side here for St. Francis. Gregory will have it now here for the Cougars. Leaves it off here to McKnight with it on the far side wing. McKnight looking to drive here near side on Reed. Trying to get it down low there to Mantala, able to come away with it, but thrown right into the hands there of Reed. And now it's going to look to push up ahead, will the Wildcats. They'll skip here near side to Reed. And now head coach and Ethan Wally going to tell his squad to slow things down here a little bit. Trying to get a good look. They'll give it off here to Lawrence. Lawrence going to look to spin here on Stoddard. They'll now kick out far side up top. 3 ball on the way. It's no good. Short of the marker there from Grivey. And now it's going to be Stoddard who will leave it off on this near side here to Taylor Fordyce. Fordyce going to look to go to the far side, and a foul is going to be called. Substitutions set to check on here for both squads as number 21 and Taylor Fulcom at number 25, Bria Garber number 32, and Lily Frazier all back on here for Indiana Wesleyan. Isabella Gizzi comes back on as she replaces number 11 and Chloe McKnight. Inbound will come here from Fordyce on this near side, right in front of the Indiana Wesleyan bench. She gets it in here to Callie Gregory, who will have it at the top of the key. Gregory will look to move it to the far side. Now leaves it off here to Gizzy. Near side wing. Fordyce with it. She's going to look to drive baseline, cuts it back, and will now leave it off up top here with 10 seconds on the shot clock here to Gizzy. Gizzy with it, looking for somewhere to go. Now off to Fordyce. Here with shot clock down to 4. Fordyce, the drive, and a foul is going to be called at the rim, and it's going to be on Taylor Fordyce. It's going to be an offensive one. And so that is going to be the first foul on Fordyce in the team's 4th. Chloe McKnight will come back into the contest as she replaces number 5 and Callie Gregory. And we're going to get an inbound here for Indiana Wesleyan. With 1:01 left to go here in our first quarter of action. Lawrence will have it on the far side. Lawrence leaves it off here up top to Reed. Now on this near side, this is going to be Frazier. Looking to go baseline. Nice cutoff defense there by Gizzy. No travel called. No kick out here near side. Corner three. It's up and it falls there for Bria Garber. And so an 8-point lead here for Indiana Wesleyan. 30 seconds left to go here in our first quarter of action. There's an 8-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. As McKnight will have it. She'll drive down low to the cup, and Chloe McKnight goes up and gets the score. And now Indiana Wesleyan going to look to hold for the final shot as the clock now down to 12 seconds here in our first quarter of action. Free throw line jumper from Frazier on the way. It's no good. And that leaves St. Francis with the basketball. Here is 5 seconds left to go. Oh. Check it. Possession will go to Indiana Wesleyan as they're going to call that a tipped defensive play there on St. Francis. And so an inbound here for the Wildcats. No travel called there. It's going to be loose on the deck. A tie-up jump ball is going to be called, and that's the way we're going to end our first quarter of action. It's Indiana Wesleyan 17, St. Francis 11. We are going to go ahead and take our quarter break. We'll come back. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live at the Hudson Athletic Center as we get set and ready to flip on over to our second quarter of action. 17-11 is our score. Indiana Wesleyan with the lead. The Wildcats shot 6 of 15 from field goal range, 40% there in the first quarter. Meanwhile, for St. Francis, they were 4 of 7 with a 57%. 3 turnovers for the Cougars, 0 turnovers for the Wildcats. Part of the reason why Indiana Wesleyan has themselves a 6-point lead, had 6 points off of turnovers in the first quarter of action. And so Cassidy Crawford and Callie Gregory both back on here for the Cougars to begin our second quarter of action. It'll be Gregory with the basketball. She'll get a screen from Fordyce. Now leaves it off there to Cassidy Crawford. Crawford will fake the dribble handoff there to McKnight. She'll drive baseline, and a foul is going to be called as Crawford was pushed out of bounds there to the far baseline. So the foul is going to be called on Bria Garber. That's going to be her first. That's the team's first of the quarter. And so an inbound will come underneath here from Isabella Gizzy. Gizzy gets in the basketball. Now the baseline drive here from Gregory near side. 3 ball on the way. It's no good there from McKnight. Borders tipped down, and it's going to come away here into the hands of Taylor Fulkema. And Fulkema will bring it all the way up the floor. She'll be tied up at the free throw line, and a jump ball will be the call. And possession arrow will keep it on this end of the floor here with the Wildcats as they will inbound underneath here with 9:27 left to go in our second quarter of action. Mattingly gets the inbound there to the far side. Looking to drive down low. Nice hands-up defense played there by Gizzy. Couldn't come away with the board. And a foul is going to be called. All 3 referees called the foul there as Cassidy Crawford picks up the foul. I do believe that's going to be her second. And that's the team's first of the quarter. And so Julia Mansla will quickly check on to replace Cassidy Crawford. as number 32 and Lee Frazier to the free throw line, hits there on the first free throw. The senior guard out of North Judson High School stands at 5'10", leading scorer here for this Indiana Wesleyan squad, averaging 20.5 points per game, 73% from the line, and was 1 of 2 there. And out of bounds will be the call as that bounce off of 2 St. Francis players. And so it'll be an inbound here right below us for the Wildcats. As they get it in, here to Frazier. Frazier with a look here on this near side. We'll get it off. Now here into the hands of Nutley. We'll throw it all the way around to the far side. Looking to go baseline with it. Nice cut off there defensively by Taylor Fordyce. 3 seconds here on the shot clock. And not sure if they got that one off. Either way, it doesn't matter. It did not hit the rim, so a shot clock violation will be the calling, and possession will go back here to the Cougars as Gregory will bring it up ahead. 7-point lead here for Indiana Wesleyan. Mansella skips here near side now to Gregory. Gregory going to pick up here quickly defensively on this near side. She'll leave it off here to McKnight as Mansella hits the deck inside. Back here near side, 3 ball on the way. It's up and good there for Callie Gregory. And Callie Gregory with the triple there for St. Francis. Makes it a 4-point game. Out of bounds, far side, and possession back to the Cougars. As Fordyce is set to inbound on the far side. Gregory will bring it up ahead here for St. Francis. With it on the far side, able to get it up ahead. There to Fordyce, they'll go in the corner. Now here to McKnight. She'll go baseline, skips out here near side, now to Gizzy. Gizzy looking to drive on Frazier. Will pick up her dribble. Mansella, far side, now to here to Fordyce. Fordyce tried to drive down low and had it tipped away there by Bria Garber. And she'll now come away with it. Leaves it off up top to Frazier. Back to Garber with it at the top of the key. We'll go far side. They'll now go back up top. They'll swing it all the way around here to the near. Now to Nutley. Nutley leaves it off. She'll get it back now here down low. Guarded by McKnight. She'll turn around. Fade away shots. No good. And the board comes down here into the hands of Julia Mansella. And now Callie Gregory will bring it up ahead here for St. Francis. Head coach Jeremy Henney has already lost his voice here. And that is not a good sign here for Coach Henney. 7:25 just left to go here in our second quarter. The drive from the freshman down low. Callie Gregory with the bucket makes it a 2-point game. 7:15 left to go. It's Frazier here with it on this near side for the Wildcats. Frazier now going to look to drive. Kicks out. They'll go back up top here to the hands of Nutley. Nutley back to Frazier. She'll get a screen. Now she's going to look to drive here on Gizzy. Picks up her dribble. Nice cut down low to the rim. Couldn't get it to fall. There could Folkema. And McKnight comes away with the board here for the Cougars. And now it's going to be Gregory who will bring it up ahead here for St. Francis. Across the half-court line. Now with it at the top of the key. Near side. Gizzy thought about the 3, instead picks up. She'll skip near side. The triple is good there for Chloe McKnight. And St. Francis with a 1-point lead. And now the St. Francis faithful fired up, and a timeout will be called here by Indiana Wesleyan. And we will go ahead and step away shortly. Media timeout on the floor. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. here live out at the Hutzel Athletic Center. St. Francis takes their first lead of the game since the first quarter of the contest. And that forces head coach and Ethan Wally to use a timeout here for the Wildcats. And we will get an inbound here for Indiana Wesleyan just across the half-court line here with 6:30 left to go in our second quarter of action. Frazier will inbound here for the Wildcats on this near side. Able to get it in here to Nutley. She'll be guarded here by Mansella. Dribble handoff. Now Folkema looking to drive on Fordyce. Back out to Nutley here near side. Now Nutley going to look to give and go and post up here on Mansella. Nutley looking to drive. She'll get around. Nice defense played there by Julia Mansella. Just straight hands up defense. And Fordyce will leave it off now here up top. Callie Gregory with it here for the Cougars. Now near side. Gizzy back to Gregory. She'll launch a three. It's no good. Board is tipped out and possession will go back to Indiana Wesleyan here with 5:57 left to go in our second quarter of action. Fake the dribble handoff, go far side of Folkema. Back out to Nutley. She's going to launch a three, and she hits it. Jade Nutley, the 6-foot senior out of Madison, Indiana, with the triple there, shooting 37%, only averaging 8.4 points per game here on the year. Already has 8 here for the Wildcats. Mansella near side, extra pass, Gizzy the triple, it's long, board underneath, and nicely done there by Chloe McKnight. Goes up and draws the contact, and she will go to the line here to shoot a pair. As the foul is going to be called on at number 20. And Emily Mattingly, that's going to be her first, the team's first of the quarter. And so it'll be McKnight to the line here to shoot a pair of free throws. As the scores table was just making sure that foul was called on Mattingly. And so McKnight now going to go to the line here to shoot a pair of free throws. 1,000 career point scorer is Chloe McKnight, averaging 89% from the charity stripe here this year. And she hits on the first free throw. Second leading scorer on the squad, averaging 13.3 points per game, leading the squad with rebounds per game with 6. And she hits both free throws, ties it up here at 21. Frazier goes far side. Now up top here to Nutley. She's going to launch a three, little heat check there for the senior. No good. And the board is saved and bounced there by Frazier, but to the wrong squad. McKnight throws this one away. Oh, nice defense played there by Gregory. She's going to come away with it. Gregory going to quickly push the floor. Has McKnight open far side. Instead, chooses to come to the near here to Gizzy. And now St. Francis going to look to reset the offense, trying to slow things down a little bit. Instead, it's a corner three near side from Gregory. It's no good. Oh, Mansella is going to get called for and over the back there, as she tried to get a tip on it to keep possession here on this near side with St. Francis. And so she will pick up the foul, and that is going to be her first, team second of the quarter. Maddie Lawrence back on here for Indiana Wesleyan. Number 4 in Izzy Reed back on as well. Number 3 and Tori Thompson, the sophomore guard, into the contest here for the first time today. As it's Indiana Wesleyan who will have the basketball. They will bring it across the half-court line, tied here at 21. Lawrence was looking to set the screen. Instead, they'll kick it back out here to her at the top of the key. She'll give it off on this near side. The cut down low, and a nice take, and a foul is going to be called. It's going to be on Taylor Fordyce. That's going to be her first, team second of the quarter. Or check it, team's third. And so we're going to get a pair of free throws here for Indiana Wesleyan. Number 23, and Ellie Kellier hits the first free throw. She comes into this one, freshman guard out of 5'10", out of Carmel, Indiana, went to Westfield High School. Did Kellier. And she knocks down both free throws. Abby Stoddard will come back on here for the Cougars as she replaces number 14 and Taylor Fordyce. 4:31 left to go here in our second quarter of action. Stoddard will inbound here to Callie Gregory. Gregory able to break the full court press here by Indiana Wesleyan, getting it across the half-court line. She'll have it and move it here to this near side. Had it knocked from behind, but a foul is going to be called underneath. Off the ball defensively there on Indiana Wesleyan as number 4. And Izzy Reed going to pick up the foul. And so it'll be an inbound here for St. Francis as Reed picks up her first, team's first. And so 4:18 left to go here in our second. It should be St. Francis basketball out of bounds here on this near side. And check it, they're going to move it underneath where Callie Gregory will inbound here for the Cougars. The foul was called off the ball. So Gregory is going to inbound here for St. Francis. Gets it in here to Stoddard on this near side. Indiana Wesleyan fans wanted a flop called on Mantilla there on that one. They're sitting just about as high as I am at the top row here of the Hutzel Athletic Center. So did not get it. And Lawrence will have it now here for Indiana Wesleyan off the turnover. The handoff, 3 ball on the way. It's far side, and it's up and good there for Emily Mattingly. And a 5-point lead here for the Wildcats with 3:45 left to go here in our second quarter. Up ahead, and Stoddard is fouled just across the half-court line. Foul is called on Mattingly. That's going to be her second, team's 4th of the quarter. And someone inbound will come on the far side here for St. Francis as McKnight will inbound here for the Cougars. They move it there into the hands here of Stoddard. Stoddard with it here for St. Francis. Picks up her dribble, skips here near side. Gissy now going to look to drive. Double team brought. Gissy now looking for somewhere to go with it. Nice move there as the double team faded off. And that gave Gissy a good look at the basket. And she goes up and gets the score. 3-point lead now here for the Wildcats. Lawrence looking to drive the other way with it. And she goes up and gets the score for Indiana Wesleyan. Callie Gregory now going to look to push with some momentum here on this near side for St. Francis. With it here near side's got to get rid of it and does. And a timeout is going to be called here near side by head coach Jeremy Henney. A smart one there. And we will go ahead and take a short one with them. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, 3:03 left to go here in our second quarter of action. A battle of undefeateds, 14-0. Indiana Wesleyan ranked number 2 in the NAIA rankings. St. Francis ranked at number 11. Both these squads looking to stay undefeated, but somebody's going to walk out of here with their first loss and a first loss in Crossroads League play. So the inbound here to Gregory with it at the top of the key here for St. Francis. Number 1, and Samia Stout in for the first time today. The freshman guard out of Elkhart, Indiana. As Gizzy looks to drive, she goes up and couldn't get it to fall. It's tipped out of bounds, and it's going to be last touch there by the Wildcats as that one went off the hand there of number 5 in Corin Grivey. And so it'll create an inbound underneath here for St. Francis. St. Francis and Indiana Wesleyan both 4-0 conference play. Marion 4-0 and a conference play as well. And then 2 games back is Mount Vernon Nazarene University in Spring Arbor. And a foul is going to be called. It's going to be on Maddie Lawrence, trying to play tight defense here defensively with Julia Mantilla on this near side. Both those two have been battling here all game long. And it's going to create 2 shots here for Julia Mantilla. She will go to the line, and St. Francis will hit the bonus. And so Julia Mantilla will head to the free throw line. The junior guard out of Middlebury, Indiana, 5'11", comes into this one averaging just 50% from the charity stripe. Hasn't had many opportunities from the line as well this year, but she hits on the first and makes it a 4-point game. Indiana Wesleyan fans here at the top of the screen, or excuse me, the top of the bleachers here at the Hutzel Athletic Center, yelling flop again. Second time, I believe it's from the same exact person. But anyway, it's a 3-point lead here for the Wildcats. Lawrence with it, dishes it off down low, and couldn't go, tried to go up strong, did Frazier, couldn't get it to fall, able to keep it in bounce and leaves it off far side. And the bucket is good there for Grivey. Makes it a 5-point game. As Gizzy will inbound here for St. Francis. Looking for somewhere to go. Able to get it off on the far side. Here now into the hands of Callie Gregory. She'll bring it across the half-court line. Will the freshman guard here for St. Francis. Gizzy now with it on the far side. Gizzy look to dribble in there to Reed, and had it knocked away there by her. Now Reed going to look to push the floor with it on the far side. Leaves it off. 3-ball on the way. That's way short on the marker. It's going to go to that far side where Lawrence is going to pick it up and skip it back all the way here near side. And Reed's going to launch a 3 and hit it. A good sequence of events there for Indiana Wesleyan as they were able to keep a short shot in bounds on the far side. It looked to be very, very close, but Gregory with the floater here near side, trying to get it to fall on Lawrence and couldn't get it to go. And now momentum riding the other way here with Indiana Wesleyan as Lawrence gets a screen. She's going to launch a 3 near side off the front of the rim, no good. Mantilla will come away with it and leave it off here to Gregory. Will now go up the floor here to McKnight near side. She's going to launch a 3. Couldn't get it to fall. Stout comes back away with it. Tried to go to Gizzy far side, and another turnover there for St. Francis as Grivey comes away with the basketball. Lawrence now back far side here to Grivey. Lawrence back with it. They'll go down low here to the hands of Frazier. Frazier looking to drive on Gizzy. The fadeaway shot, it's going to fall. And a 10-point lead now here for the Wildcats. 40 seconds left to go here in our second quarter. As Stout will look to bring it up the floor here for St. Francis. The freshman guard out of Elkhart, Indiana. Goes far side. Now here into the hands of Gizzy. There's a 10-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. As Gregory will have it here at the top of the key. Getting direction here from head coach and Jeremy Henney. And she goes off far side, the 3-ball in the way, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Julia Mantilla as she held the screen a little bit too long there, and she'll pick up the foul. That's going to be her second, and these teams fourth. And so we will get an inbound on the far side here from Indiana Wesleyan with 16 seconds left to go here in our second quarter of action. Abby Stoddard will check in for Mantilla, who picks up her second foul. Now Frazier will have it here on this near side wing. Frazier going to skip all the way across court with it. 3-ball on the way, it's no good. Now Gizzy will come away with it here with 2 seconds. Got to get a shot off. She'll launch it from half court. Short on the marker. And that is going to be the end of our first half. It is Indiana Wesleyan 35, St. Francis 25. We are going to go ahead and take our halftime break. We'll distribute the mic 15-minute one. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Hutzel Athletics Center here on our halftime break. It's number 2, Indiana Wesleyan leading number 11, St. Francis 35-25 here at our halftime break. Let's go ahead and take a look at the team comparison from the first half of action. Indiana Wesleyan shot 12 of 30, 40% from field goal range, 8 of 17 from beyond the arc, 47.1%, and a 3 of 4 from the charity stripe at a 75%. Meanwhile, for St. Francis, just 18 attempts shooting the basketball. They were 8 of 18, 3 of 9 from beyond the arc, and 6 of 6 from the charity stripe. So getting it done at the free throw line. Turnovers are a big key here so far into this one. 8 turnovers for St. Francis, just 3 for Indiana Wesleyan. There have been 8 points for the Wildcats off those turnovers. Leading the way in the rebounding battle, it's St. Francis with 12 and Indiana Wesleyan with 9 total rebounds. Taking a look here at the first half scoring for both squads. First, for the Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats, it's Jade Nutley right at her average with 8 points. Izzy Reed with 6. Courtney Grimey with 5. Emily Mattingly with 3. Taylor Folkema with 3. Bria Garber with 3. Lily Frazier with 3, Maddie Lawrence with 2, and Ella Kellier with 2. The Wildcats are getting everyone involved. Every player that has hit the floor for Indiana Wesleyan has at least a point here in this contest so far. Meanwhile, for St. Francis, it's Chloe McKnight leading the way with 10 points. Callie Gregory with 5, Isabel Gissy and Cassidy Crawford with 4. Julia Mansella with the 2 points there for the Cougars. It's a 10-point lead here for the Wildcats at our halftime break. We will see who will take their first loss of the year. We are 20 minutes of game action away from that, so we will go ahead and take a short break, come back with the second half of action. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live on the St. Francis Cougars Network as we go ahead and flip on over here to our third quarter of action. It's Indiana Wesleyan with a 10-point lead over St. Francis. The Wildcats and so the Cougars will inbound across the way. Here to begin our second half of action, it'll be Chloe McKnight who will inbound. All starters on the floor here for both squads to begin our second half of action. Callie Gregory, the freshman, will bring it up ahead here for St. Francis. Near side, now here to McKnight. Gregory with it here on this near side. She'll go baseline, try to skip cross court. There in the hands of Gissy, and Cassidy Crawford comes away with it here for the Cougs. They'll go back down low. Here to her. Crawford, nice drive there. And she goes up and gets the score. Cassidy Crawford sat out a majority of the first half sitting with 2 fouls, so she's going to have to be a big piece down low. Had her presence while she was in the game, so we'll see if she can try to get some points on the board here for St. Francis. But on the other way, down low, it's Lily Frazier, the senior, who gets the score. She now has 5 here for the Wildcats. Crawford now dishes off here to Gregory with it on this near side. Gregory with the spin, trying to kick it inside, and Crawford hit the deck hard. No foul was called as Cassidy Crawford wanted it but did not get it. And so either way, it's going to be St. Francis with the basketball as they will inbound here on this near side. McKnight will get it in here to Gregory with it at the top of the key. She'll get a screen there from Crawford. Now out here near side, it's McKnight who launches a 3 and hits it. Now a 7-point lead here for the Wildcats as they will bring the basketball across the half-court line. This is Garber who will move it here to this near side. The 3 ball from the top of the key here from Frazier is no good. And McKnight will come away with it here for St. Francis. Now Gregory will look to push on the far side. She'll bring it across the half-court line here with it at the top of the key. He'll get the play call here from head coach and Jeremy Henney on this near side. He'll get it here to McKnight on this near side. She'll get it in the corner now here to Gissy. They'll go over the top. This is Crawford here with it. She goes up strong and gets the score. Cassidy Crawford absolutely bodied the defender down low, catching it over the top and getting right into it. Very clean there with the bucket. And now a 5-point lead here for the Wildcats as they have it on the far side. This is Nutley here with it, looking to drive on Mansella. Oh! Mansella got a hand on it, but a foul is called. A tremendous job there defensively by the sophomore. And so Julia Mansella will pick up her 3rd foul. And the official is going to come over here to this near side and have a discussion here with the scorebook keeper. But Mansella picks up her 3rd. The St. Francis faithful wanted a jump ball called. It looked like Mansella got all ball from my presence. But either way, she's going to check out with the 3 fouls. And Taylor Fordyce will come on here for it. And so this is going to send Jade Nutley to the free throw line here for the Wildcats. Nutley's first free throw is up and it's good. Now 9 points over her average here in the game. And couldn't get the second one to fall, so it stays a 6-point game. The Cougars with it as Fordyce will bring it across the half-court line. She'll have it far side. Now off into the hands here, Gissy. Back to Fordyce. She's got a wide open look there, baseline. Nice cut off there defensively, though, by Polkamba. And she'll now have it here on the far side. Nutley leaves it out near side, now here to Frazier. Frazier going to look to drive, kicks far side, 3 ball on the way. It's up and it's no good there from Folkema. And it's going to be Gregory who comes away with it. The freshman out near side. McKnight, the 3, got it! Chloe McKnight with the triple. It's a 3-point game here at the Hut. Frazier with it at the top of the key. Goes far side. Will now get it off here to the hands of Nutley. Nutley going to look to drive here on Crawford. She goes up around Crawford and gets the score. Jade Nutley having herself a big game. 3 points now over her average with 11. And Gregory looking to split through traffic. Has it ripped away. And now it's going to be the Wildcats coming the other way with it. Gregory got a piece of it here on the near side. It's going to go out of bounds, and possession will stay on this end of the floor here with Indiana Wesleyan. As Frazier will inbound here right in front of the Wildcats bench. As Nutley leaves it off Frazier, now up top. They'll go back to Nutley here near side. She's going to launch a 3. It's no good. And McKnight will come away with the board here for St. Francis. Dribbled it right off her foot. And out of bounds. Possession will stay on this end of the floor here with the Wildcats. Off another turnover there for the Cougars. And that's their 10th turnover of the game. Nutley will inbound here near side. She's going to skip it all the way across court, showing the strength with the arm. Folkema will leave off. The 3-ball attempt there from Reed is no good. And Crawford comes away with the board here for the Cougars. And now it's going to be Gregory looking to slow it down here a little bit. But Indiana Wesleyan forcing tons of pressure. And they're now going to get it off here into the hands of Gizzy with it at the top of the key. Far side now here to Gregory. Gregory going to look to drive through traffic, and a foul is going to be called on the Wildcats. Number 21 and Taylor Folkema will pick up the foul. That's going to be her second, team's first of the quarter. As a substitution into the contest, number 5 and Corin Gravy will check back in here for the Wildcats. Inbound for St. Francis. Nobody home but Gregory, able to chase it down. She'll have it here now at the top of the key. Had an opportunity to shoot it. Instead goes far side. And McKnight is going to be fouled on the far side. Frazier will pick up the foul. That's going to be her first of the game. That's the team's second of the quarter. And so it'll create an inbound across the way here for St. Francis with 5:49 here left to go. As Gregory will have it here for the Cougars. Gregory now going to look to drive. Down low, goes right to the cup. Oh, couldn't get it to fall. Had nobody on her. Wide open miss layup there. And the Wildcats come away with it. As Frazier now far side. Going to look to drive here on Crawford. Gets it off and Gregory is going to pick up the foul. Reached her hand just a bit into the cookie jar. And so she picks up the foul. That's going to be her second and the team's second of the quarter. Inbound will come underneath here for Indiana Wesleyan. As they get it in here to Frazier. Frazier cut down low and Crawford will pick up the foul. And so the officials not letting anything slide here in this third quarter. As Crawford picks up her third, that's the team's third, the 5th foul call on both teams here. Just 5 minutes into this third quarter of action. Look down low, going up strong, nothing there. Second chance opportunity and a foul is called. As number 21 and Taylor Folkema got a second chance opportunity at it. And drew the contact there from Fordyce. And so Fordyce picks up her third. So a lot of the bigs in foul trouble now here for St. Francis. Julia Mansella already with 3. Taylor Fordyce with 3 as well. Cassidy Crawford also playing with 3 as Crawford is the one that checks off. And she is replaced here by number 30 and Abby Stoddard as the first free throw is hit there by Taylor Folkema. The 5'11 redshirt junior guard out of Sand Lake, Michigan. Hits on the second, too, as well. And so a 7-point lead now here for the Wildcats. As Fordyce to Gregory. Now we'll get it off here to Stoddard. Stoddard will go up top here into the hands now of Callie Gregory. Gregory has it knocked away there by Frazier. Possession will stay on this end of the floor here with St. Francis. As Maddie Lawrence will check on number 20. And Emily Mattingly will check on as well. But it looks like we are going to have our media timeout on the floor. And we will go ahead and step away shortly. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Hudson Athletic Center, 4:57 left to go here out of our media timeout. It's going to be an inbound here for St. Francis as Chloe McKnight set to inbound as they are waiting for the Wildcats to hit the floor out of their timeout huddle as they are under head coach and Ethan Wally. Jeremy Henning, head coach for St. Francis, has done a tremendous job here with this St. Francis Cougars program. Just 3 years here with them. Was a former assistant on the men's basketball team, but leads this squad with a 47-26 record. In his 3 years has grown a lot here in the 3 seasons. So Fordyce will have it here near side. She's going to drive to the cup. There were 2 seconds on the shot clock, and they're going to call a shot clock violation as it came down to St. Francis, but Taylor Fordyce did not hit the rim there on the lay-in, hit the side of the backboard, and so that will send it back to Indiana Wesleyan. Nutley will go to the far side here with it. Back out, 3 ball on the way. It's short there on the marker. Board is tipped down, and it's going to come away with the Wildcats. Another missed opportunity on the boards for the Cougars, and a 3 ball far side is hit there by Nutley, and a 10-point lead back out here for the Wildcats. Match their largest lead of the game as Fordyce now with it here for St. Francis. Moves it here to the near side. Fordyce will have it here top of the key. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Will now go up top here to the hands of Chloe McKnight. And McKnight is going to be fouled. Foul is going to be called on the number 5 in Corin Grivey. It's going to be her second, the team's third of the quarter. And inbound will come here for St. Francis. McKnight will inbound to Fordyce. Gregory will now have it here at the top of the key. 15 seconds here on the shot clock. Gregory here near side looking to body down the defender, and a foul is finally going to be called. 3:46 left to go. My apologies there, trying to match up the clock. A little multi-duties here on the booth here at the hut. So an inbound here from Gregory as she gets it in here to Stoddard. Stoddard with it, looking to try to get around the defender, Nutley. Stoddard with it on the far side. She picks up around the defender, could get it to fall, and it's going to be tipped down here to Nutley. Now quickly the other way here with it. Indiana Wesleyan looking for an opportunity. Drive it baseline as Kellier. And now Nutley will go to the far side. And now Lawrence here with it at the free throw line. Lawrence kicks off up top to Nutley. Back to Lawrence. Now it's going to be Nutley here with it, looking to drive on Abby Stoddard. She goes up, couldn't get it to fall, and the board comes down to Stoddard. And now St. Francis going to look to go the other way here with it. 10-point lead here for the Wildcats as Fordyce here with it. 3 minutes left to go here in our third. Now St. Francis going to look to direct a little bit of traffic here with 13 seconds on the shot clock. They'll go far side here to Gregory. And Gregory hits the deck hard, and a foul is going to be called. And it's going to be 2 shots here for Callie Gregory, as that is the 15th foul of the quarter on the Wildcats. Mantilla will come back on here for St. Francis as she replaces Taylor Fordyce. And the freshman, Callie Gregory, will go to the line here to shoot a pair. The 5'10 freshman guard, I would say, has pretty much already punched her ticket to being on the All-Crossroads League freshman team. 15.6 points per game just in her freshman year. Has had a career high of, I believe, 35 here in her freshman season. McKnight was hit under the rim, no call. And so an 11-point lead, or excuse me, 9-point lead here for the Wildcats as Lawrence will have it. Gives it off on the far side there to Reed. Back to Lawrence. With that far side ring. Now the drive. And a blocking foul is going to be called on Isabella Gizzi. And so that'll put Indiana Wesleyan in the bonus here for the remainder of the quarter. That's Gizzi's second. First free throw is up and good. Back out to a 10-point lead here for the Wildcats. Second one is up. It's no good. And Gissy comes away with the board. As Taylor Folkema hits one of two. Now it's Gregory, the freshman, here with it for St. Francis. She'll get a screen. Kicks off here near side. McKnight watches a three. It's no good. And the board comes down now here for the Wildcats as they will push it up the floor. Lawrence with it at the top of the key. Dribble handoff. They'll go far side in the corner. Now back up top. Three ball on the way. It's off the back end of the rim. No good there for Reed. And the board comes down now here to Abby Stoddard. Now Stoddard guarded here by Lawrence. We'll get it off here to Gizzy. Gizzy with it here near side. It's a 10-point lead here for Indiana Wesleyan. 1:40 left to go here in our third. She'll go far side here into the hands of Gregory. Clock now down to 10. Stoddard back here near side to McKnight. And a foul is going to be called off the ball down low once again on to the Wildcats. As number 4 and Izzy Reed will pick up her second. Lily Frazier comes back on. Bria Garber will check back on as well here for Indiana Wesleyan. And it'll send Julia Mantilla to the free throw line here to shoot a pair. First free throw for Mantilla is up and good. Mantilla, second one falls as well. Indiana Wesleyan's largest lead of the game still sits at 10. As Lawrence with the basketball. Goes far side now to Frazier. Frazier guarded here by Gizzy. Frazier goes up, couldn't get it to fall. Board is battled for. We're going to get it high up. Jump ball is called. And possession arrow will keep it on this end of the floor here with Indiana Wesleyan. No inbound here to Lawrence. Stoddard got a piece of it. And they're going to call it last touch by Stoddard. And so possession will stay on this end of the floor. It's going to be an inbound here from Lawrence on this near side. As Lawrence will get it in. Fakes a handoff there from Frazier. Frazier now going to look to drive here on Gizzy. She goes up, couldn't get it to fall. Nice hands up defense played there by the sophomore guard. And now it's going to be Gregory, who will bring it up the floor for the Cougars. Skips here near side to Gizzy. Gizzy looking for a post up. Had it knocked away there by Frazier. Now the leak out. Up ahead, it's Reed who couldn't get a good touch on it. And so now she's going to back it out to the far side. Leaves up top. Here to the hands of Lawrence. Lawrence dribbles right in there to Callie Gregory. Now going to try to post up on Stoddard. She goes up and drops the contact, and she'll go to the line here to shoot here for Indiana Wesleyan. Stoddard picks up her first. And so Lawrence at the line here to shoot a pair. First free throw from Lawrence is up and it falls. Back out to a 9-point game. Lawrence shooting 84.2% from the free throw line. Is the graduate out of Winchester, Indiana. Went to Winchester Community College before transferring to Indiana Wesleyan. It's on the second. Back out now to a 10-point lead. Gregory will leave off now here to Stoddard. Stoddard looks to go back to Gregory. Had it poked away. Now the drive here near side. We'll leave it back off. Frazier trying to get it back here near side and is able to. Now it's going to be up top here to the hands of Frazier. There's this 8-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. As Frazier going to look to drive here on Gizzy. Goes far side. Extra pass now. Lawrence will leave off up top. Three ball from the top of the key. Off the front of the rim. No good. And, we got a inverted whistle, I do believe, as that came off the front end of the rim. And it should be Indiana Wesleyan with the basketball as they will inbound across the way with 7 seconds left. It was an inverted whistle. It's the right call. And so possession back to the Wildcats as they skip it all the way back here near side and out of bounds. And possession will go back to St. Francis here with 5 left. The Cougars got to have somebody to inbound the basketball. And so Abby Stoddard will make her way to the near side here right in front of the Wildcats bench to inbound. Now Gregory here with it. 3 seconds, now down to 2. Gregory's got to get a shot off, does at the buzzer. Oh my goodness! The freshman with a 3-pointer at the buzzer. And that is going to be the end of our third quarter. A wild shot there for the freshman and Callie Gregory. 7-point lead for Indiana Wesleyan. We will take a break. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Inbound will come on the far side here for St. Francis. 10 minutes away. 7-point lead here for the Wildcats. And head coach Ethan Wally is still in the huddle here with his squad as there is the second buzzer. And so his squad will break it. And we'll get an inbound across the way here for St. Francis. 10 minutes on the board to see who will come away with their first loss of the season. Will it be number 2 ranked Indiana Wesleyan or will it be number 11 ranked St. Francis? We will find out here in about 10 minutes of game action, or maybe more. We'll see what happens here as Callie Gregory will start this fourth quarter with the basketball. Just hit an outstanding 3-point shot at the buzzer. Now McKnight with it here on the near side. Cassidy Crawford back on the floor with 3 fouls along with Julia Mansella as the starters are on. And Crawford drives, draws a foul. And so she will go to the line here to shoot a pair for St. Francis. Well, the graduate, 8 points already on the game. She's going to have to be a big piece down low here for St. Francis in the remaining parts of this contest as they are going to need her crucially to hit some shots down low. Misses there on the first free throw. I believe that's the first missed free throw. Check it, that's the second missed free throw of the game as St. Francis now 9 of 11 from the charity stripe. They'll make it 10 of 12 there with the second and a 6-point lead now here for the Wildcats. Nutley tried to hand off there and it's taken away. Now Crawford will have it here for St. Francis. Leaves it off here now to Callie Gregory. Gregory gonna go coast to coast with it. Little jump floater and she gets it to fall. 4-point lead. And the St. Francis faithful now fired up here as they need to stop defensively to try to maintain it. As Nutley will now have it here on the far side wing for the Wildcats. Leave it off, skip it all the way around here near side now to Frazier. Frazier will try to dish it off. Nice defense played there by Mansella. And another turnover here for the Wildcats. Gregory now going to go the other way here with it for St. Francis. Near side, Mansella thought about the 3. Ooh, and she gets called for the travel. And that is the 14th turnover for St. Francis. Possession back to Indiana Wesleyan. Here with 8:50 left to go here in our fourth. It'll be possession with the Wildcats. As Frazier looking to direct traffic here on this near side. Jay Nutley on the floor, number 0, has been their big player here today with 14 points of the game. Frazier has handled Gitzy really, really well. Picks up her dribble at the line. Now out back here near side here to Nutley. Clock now down to 6. Nutley with it. She's going to have to get a shot off. She'll spin. She hangs. Fadeaway shot. Oh, God, it's a fall there off the board. And she makes it a 6-point lead now here for the Wildcats. Gregory now bringing it across the half-court line. Good shot there by Nutley. Now with 16, the team leading here for Indiana Wesleyan. It's Gizzy with it here on this near side, guarded by Frazier. And Frazier going to get called for a tick-tacky foul. Very, very aggressive defensively has the senior guard been today. Inbound will come here for Chloe McKnight. 8 minutes left to go here in our contest. It's going to be Gregory here with it on the near side. Gets it inside. Now into the hands here of Crawford. Crawford looking to post up. Nicely done. Gets around the defender. Goes up and gets the score. St. Francis is going to have to do that every time. They're going to want to try to get some points there inside. Cassidy Crawford going to be a big, big piece here for the remaining parts of this contest. 11 points already here for the graduate and 3 fouls. So she's going to have to play smartly on the defensive end. Gizzy going to get called for a foul off the ball. It's going to be her third, team's first. 4-point lead here for the Wildcats. As they inbound it here to the near side. This is Folkemo with it. Kicks out to the top of the key. It's Nutley. No good. Oh. And a foul is called off the ball once again. Seems to be like the 5th or 6th foul that's been called off the ball. So the officials are on top of it, and that's going to be Cassidy Crawford's 4th. Something I just mentioned. And she is going to have to be staying out of foul trouble, so she is going to take a seat now. That's a big loss there on the floor for St. Francis, but Taylor Fordyce will check on. Frazier's jumper is no good. And now the board's going to come down here into the hands of Gizzy. She'll give off to Gregory. Now Gregory going to look to slow things down here a little bit for St. Francis, as we'll match up the clock here with the one on the scoreboard. At 7:10 left to go here in our 4th. They get it back in the corner here to Gregory, and she is fouled. It's going to be on number 21, and Taylor Folkema. That's going to be her 3rd, and that is going to be the team's 3rd of the quarter. Inbound will come underneath here for St. Francis. It's Kylie Gregory, one bound for the Cougs. Gregory gets it into McKnight. The 3 ball on the way, it's no good, and the board comes down to the hands there of Nutley. Now Frazier. Quick the other way with it. We'll go far side. Frazier now going to look to post up here on Gizzy. Nice hands-up defense played by Gizzy, and she'll come away with it here for St. Francis. Now it's going to be Gregory, who dishes off near side here to Fordyce. Fordyce guarded tightly here on this near side by Reed. Now Gregory with it. She'll go baseline, far side. It's McKnight who launches the 3. It's no good. It got partially blocked, and McKnight's going to get called for the foul. That's only going to be her 1st foul, luckily, and that's the team's 3rd. We'll get substitutions on here for Indiana Wesleyan. There's Corin Grivey and Maddie Lawrence will check on for the Wildcats. Jade Nutley and Izzy Reed come off for Indiana Wesleyan. 6:30 left to go here in our 4th. Lawrence will have it. She's going to be guarded here by Mansella. Those two have been very, very aggressive on one another here in this contest defensively. Hands up defense once again played by Isabella Gizzy, and a foul is called from behind there on the Wildcats as Frazier picks up the foul. It's going to be her 3rd. That's the team's 4th. The officials all over it here in this one. As Gregory now with it, we'll bring it across the half-court line. Comes to the near side here to Fordyce. Fordyce able to get around. Gizzy, corner 3. Couldn't get it to fall. Board comes down here on the near side into the hands of Garber. Now Lawrence will have it here at the top of the key with 5:48 left to go here in our 4th. Lawrence will get it back off the screen. give and go action. She's going to look to post up on Mantilla. Now they'll kick it all the way around. They'll go far side. Here into the hands of Folkema. Now up top here to Lawrence. Lawrence now going to look to drive. And Mantilla is going to get called for a foul. That's going to be Mantilla's fourth. And so the two bigs for St. Francis in foul trouble. And that's the team's fourth. And that's going to send Lawrence to the free throw line. As Cassidy Crawford going to come back on. As I mentioned, she's playing with 4 fouls here as well. And so she is going to replace Julia Mantilla, and those two are going to have to find a way to try to not pick up a 5th foul to foul out of the game. 5:30 left to go, though. Maddie Lawrence at the free throw line. 4-point lead here for the Wildcats. First free throw for Lawrence. No good, off the front end of the rim. So either way, we'll stay at a 2-possession contest. Lawrence, second free throw on the way. It's up and it falls. 5-point lead. 5:30 left to go here in our fourth. Fordyce goes far side. Now into the hands there of Gregory, the freshman. Now looking to drive, and she is bodied out on the far side, and a foul is called. And so St. Francis will shoot free throws for the remainder of this one, as that is the 5th team foul. And that's the 3rd called on Grivey. Stoddard is going to check on here for St. Francis as she replaces number 4 Cassidy Crawford. And I believe it's going to be those two, along with Julia Mantilla, subbing in and out for one another. As the first free throw for the freshman and Gregory is off the back end of the rim, no good. Five-point lead here for the Wildcats. Second free throw for Gregory, falls home. .5:15 left to go here in our fourth. Lawrence skips here near side. Folkema back to Lawrence here on this near end. And then one-on-one here with Stoddard. And Stoddard picks up the foul. And so both squads are going to shoot free throws for the remainder of this one. 5:06 left to go on the board. That's Stoddard's second. And so that's going to send Maddie Lawrence to the free throw line here for a pair. First free throw for Lawrence falls home. 5-point lead here for Indiana Wesleyan. Both squads with 3 timeouts remaining. Second one for Lawrence falls down. So Gregory now going to bring it up ahead here for St. Francis. As her and Fordyce. Stoddard back here near side into the hands of Gregory. Gregory now one-on-one here with Frazier near side. Gregory looks to drive. She'll kick back out now here to McKnight. McKnight picked up here by Folkema. McKnight on the dribble handoff here to Gregory. Clock now down to 5. Get near side here to McKnight. She gets a shot off there with 3 seconds and banks it home. I tell you what, if we're going to get a buzzer beater here in this one, it's going to fall, as both these squads have just hit very funky shots at the buzzer. Folkema left open, far side, the 3-ball no good, and it's kept in bounce here on this near side by Frazier. Now up top here into the hands of Lawrence. Lawrence with the dribble handoff here on this near side. He'll get it back, and a timeout is going to be called here by Indiana Wesleyan with 4:10 left to go in our fourth. We've got ourselves a 3-point game. Do not go anywhere. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live on the St. Francis Cougars Network. 4:10 left to go. It's a 3-point lead here for Indiana Wesleyan, as it will be an inbound here for the Wildcats. They will have 2 timeouts remaining. We'll go ahead and take that off the board for you. St. Francis with 3. And the Wildcats will inbound right in front of their bench here on this near side. Jade Nutley back into the contest here for Indiana Wesleyan, as she will be the one to inbound. Gets it into Lawrence, so go back to Nutley here near side. Nutley looking to try to go inside with it. Now leave it off up top. Shot clock down to 5. The drive there, far side. Nice hands-up defense played. Oh, they're going to call that off of Kylie Gregory. Nope. Check it. They're going to call a shot clock violation, and that's going to send it back to St. Francis. And are we going to get our media timeout? Oh, check it. We're going to get a timeout called here on the floor. So we'll go ahead and step away. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live on the St. Francis Cougars Network. 3:58 left to go in our fourth quarter. Indiana Wesleyan with a 3-point lead over St. Francis. It will be St. Francis with the basketball, as Gregory will go far side here to Fordyce. Now back to Gregory. They'll go up ahead, and Cassidy Crawford is hit with a foul. That's going to be on Nutley. That's going to be her first with 16 points on the game. Very shocking to see that's just her first foul. But like I said, both squads shooting free throws for the remainder of this one. It's the graduate, Cassidy Crawford, at the line. Her first free throw is up, and it's no good. Crawford comes into this one, averaging 77% from the free throw line here for St. Francis. Her second one rattles in and out too as well. 2 big points missed there at the line for Cassidy Crawford, but it will be Indiana Wesleyan who will go the other way with it. 3-point game. Frazier now here with it, gets a screen from Nutley, works over it. She's guarded by Gizzy, and Nutley turns it over. Now Gregory going to go the other way here with it for St. Francis. Gregory now off to Fordyce, back up top. Here into the hands of Callie Gregory. Near side. They'll get it back. Here now to Gregory on this near end. Shot clock down to 15. Gregory to Gizzy. Looking to go inside here to Crawford. Guarded by Nutley. Crawford goes far side. 3 ball from McKnight. Couldn't get it to fall there on the far end. And this crowd would have erupted if she could have gotten that one to fall. Instead, it's Indiana Wesleyan with it. Nutley near side now here to Frazier. In the corner. They'll get it back here on the near end. And this is in the hands here of Mattingly. Mattingly leaves it off here to Garber. Far side. Frazier now with it, guarded by Gizzy. They're going to try to go to the top there to Nutley. Out of bounds. Possession back to St. Francis here with 2:40 left. We're going to get a substitution into the contest as Maddie Lawrence comes on. She's going to replace number 25 and Bria Garber. And St. Francis will now go the other direction here with it. Fordyce up ahead here to Crawford. Now back to Gregory. Here with it at the top of the key. Gregory on this near side. looking to go in. Here to Crawford. Crawford with it, has options outside. Instead goes up, and she gets the score. Cassidy Crawford, I'll tell you what, big on the defensive end, and she's looking to fire up the crowd here at the Hut. And now St. Francis faithful on their feet. It's Maddie Lawrence with it. Gets it inside, here into the hands of Nutley. Nutley, the look down low. Frazier goes up, couldn't get it to fall, but a foul is going to be called there on Gizzy. And so Gizzy going to pick up her fourth. And that's going to send Frazier to the free throw line. That's a quiet 5 points here on the game. Comes into this one averaging 20.5 points per game. Lawrence will check off. Bria Garber going to come back on here for the Wildcats. 1 point game here at the Hut. 2 minutes left to go here in this one. First free throw from Frazier off the front end of the rim, no good. The second one from Frazier is up and it falls. Substitution for St. Francis as Julia Mansella comes on and she replaces number 14 and Taylor Fordyce. It'll be Isabella Gizzy who will inbound here for the Cougars. As Callie Gregory going to move it up the floor. Back to Gizzy, back to Gregory, far side. Now off here into the hands of Crawford. Had Mansella underneath, didn't get it to her. Instead, Gregory near side, here to McKnight. Now Gizzy back with it. Goes inside here to Crawford. Crawford with it. She's going to look to spin. Kicks out near side. It's McKnight. 4-3. No good there. And the board comes down into the hands here of Frazier. 1:30 left to go here in our fourth quarter of action. It's Frazier, far side. St. Francis faithful fired up here at the Hut. 2 point lead for the Wildcats. Frazier now going to go far side here with 10 seconds on the shot clock. They'll look to go down low here to Nutley. And offensive foul is going to be the call. Nicely done there by Cassidy Crawford to draw the foul. And we will go the other way. Timeout called by the Cougars. We will step away here momentarily. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center. 1:09 left to go here in our fourth quarter of action. It's a 2 point game here at the Hut. They're going to fix the timeouts on the scoreboard. Both squads with 2 timeouts remaining. And we'll get an inbound on the far side here for St. Francis. So it's going to be Callie Gregory and Isabella Gizzy to bring it up ahead here for the Cougs. As Gregory going to bring it across the half-court line here with it for St. Francis. Gregory now far side. We are under 1 minute left to go here in our fourth. They'll get it back out. Gregory, top of the key, 3, no good. Board underneath for Crawford. She'll kick back out, far side. Now it's Gregory with it. Step back, 3, no good there. Off the side of the rim, and the board comes down, and a foul is called. 42 seconds left to go. They had a lot of trust there in the freshman. Back-to-back missed triples there from Callie Gregory. And now possession will send Lily Frazier to the free throw line. here with 2-point lead for the Wildcats. 42 seconds on the clock. Frazier today is currently sitting at 2 of 4 from the free throw line. You can make it 2 of 5 there as she misses the first. So either way, this is going to stay at a one-possession game here with 42 seconds left to go in our fourth. We'll see if Frazier can hit this one. Head coach Jeremy Henning explaining to the officials he wants a timeout on the make. And he does get it. He will go ahead and use one. 3-point lead here for the Wildcats. We're going to go ahead and step away here with St. Francis as they use the timeout. They'll have possession here out of the timeout. 3-point lead for Indiana Wesleyan. 42 seconds left to go here in this one. We'll step away. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Out of the timeout, it's going to be an inbound on the far side here for St. Francis. 42 seconds on the board, so there's 12-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. St. Francis has a timeout to use if they have to use it, and they're going to get it in. Far side now to Callie Gregory. Gregory going to leave off here to Gizzy. They'll go up top. Now here to the hands of McKnight. Near side, here to the hands of Gregory. Gregory, the drive. She goes up and gets it to fall. 1-point game. So we'll go ahead and match up the clock here with you. And Frazier's fouled. Here at 21.7 left to go. It's going to be on Gizzy. That's going to be Gizzy's 5th. So she is going to foul out with 4 points here for St. Francis. And Frazier's going to go to the line here to shoot a pair, as they are waiting for Taylor Fordyce to check on here for Isabella Gizzy, as Gizzy has fouled out of the contest. So 21 seconds left. The shot clock is off. Either way, if Frazier makes them both, she's going to make it a one-possession game. It'll be a 3-point lead if they score. 1 timeout left for St. Francis. Frazier's first free throw. It's up and it rolls home. 2-point lead now here for the Wildcats. 21.7 left. St. Francis with 1 timeout left. Indiana Wesleyan with 2. Frazier, second free throw. Up and it falls. And a timeout will be used here by St. Francis. It's going to be their final one of the game, and we will go ahead and take one with them. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, 21.7 seconds left to go here in our fourth quarter of action. It's going to be an inbound across the way here for St. Francis. Check it, they'll move the inbound here right in front of the Cougars bench. It's going to be Julia Mansilla who will inbound for St. Francis. It's a 3-point lead here for Indiana Wesleyan. What a classic. We are here for somebody's going to lose their first game of the season. We will find out here shortly as the inbound here to Gregory. Gregory with it. She's going to look to spin. Oh, kicks out here to your side. Mantilla able to keep it in. Bounce, though. He'll get it off to Crawford as the clock is now down to 7 seconds. Shot there from Gregory. Couldn't get it to fall. And clock now down to 4 seconds, and a foul is going to be called. And we will go the other way. My apologies there for not starting the clock for you. But 4.6 left to go. And it's going to be free throws here for Indiana Wesleyan. That's number 0. And Jay Nutley is going to go to the line here to shoot a pair of free. Reagan Pate going to check on for Julia Mantilla as Mantilla picks up her 5th foul. And Julia Mantilla is going to head out of the game, and she will finish with 4 points and 3 rebounds. So Nutley at the line here for free throws has been the best player here in the game for Indiana Wesleyan. Her first free throw is up and it falls, and that makes it a 2-possession game, and that is pretty much going to seal this contest here. St. Francis with no timeouts, 4.6 left to go, and Indiana Wesleyan inching closer and closer to coming away with the win, and now it's a 5-point lead. So they'll get it into Crawford. Crawford here to McKnight. McKnight's going to just launch it at the buzzer, and it's no good. And the Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats are going to come away with a wild win here over the St. Francis Cougars. Congratulations to Indiana Wesleyan. They remain perfect at 15-0 on the year, and they move to 5-0 in conference play. Meanwhile, for St. Francis, they will fall to 4-1 in conference play and a 14-1 in regular season action. The Cougars' next contest will be against Mount Vernon Nazarene University on Wednesday. And so make sure you join us. You'll have to flip on over to the other stream for the men's contest. Once again, your final: Indiana Wesleyan 59, St. Francis 54. We thank you so much for joining us here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.